While efforts underway to increase the minimum wage amidst cries over the increased cost of living, those in the public service may be getting a small break as government moves to lighten the burden over the next few months. Deputy Prime Minister shed light on government's plans outside cabinet today. Cleopatra Murphy reports.
The sector could soon see a minimum wage increase, according to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Peter Turnquest. His comments come on the heels of the nation's leader Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, who announced government's plans last week. Turnquest says government recognizes that every working citizen deserves a minimum livable wage, and Cabinet is considering what it would look like and what government can afford.
We appreciate, and everybody must appreciate, that we have had a tenuous growth over the last 2 years. We don't want to do anything that is going to cause that growth to be stifled, or to for investors to lack the incentive because of increasing cost to invest.
Minimum wage was last increased in 2015 when it was raised from $150 a week to $210. Director of Labor John Pinder says consideration is now being given to raising it between $300 and $350 a week for the public sector, although Turnquest would not commit to a figure. The Minister of Finance, however, confirmed that government is consulting with unions to ensure that it is a win-win situation for all parties.
Again, those persons that are on the bottom rung, we recognize that they're having a hard time. And we need to bring everybody up to a level where they at least are able to meet their basic needs and to be able to support their families. And so that's the idea at the end of the day. And we'll see where we get to.
Talks of the increase in the public sector come as residents lament the increased cost of living and as Bahamas Power and Light prepares to add an estimated $30 a month onto customer bills as the power provider moves to refinance its debt. While the public service will benefit from a wage increase that Minister of Labor Senator the Honourable Dion Folk says will occur during this fiscal year, Turnquest says it will be up to the private sector to follow suit.
At the moment, there is no moves to implement a national minimum wage. Normally, the private sector takes their cues from the government, so hopefully they will be encouraged to follow suit. But again, we want to make sure that we do not provide disincentives for people to hire, for people to continue to invest and to grow their business.
Trade union leaders have been agitating for an increase in the country's minimum wage because the present minimum wage is considered inadequate. While government will not move to make a wage increase mandatory in the private sector, Turnquest says he believes business owners will make the right choice for their staff.
I have all the faith in the private sector that they will continue to do what is ethically and morally right, and that they will do the best they can to ensure that their employees are able to be satisfied, both in terms of the workplace as well as in their private lives, such that they can have happy workers at the end of the day, because it all translates into the way that they are able to provide the service.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.